Hey guys, I'm sure you've heard that we're having another auction here at Rust Bros through EG Auctions. Registration is already open, so you guys can go online and register your bids. We got lots of really nice cars here, but do a girl a favor and don't bid on this one because this one is the one I want. But the auction's happening April 12th at 11 a.m. Don't forget to register here at Rust Bros. Alright guys, all of the stripes are masked up. I'm just going to go over the car, check for pinholes again quickly, and then clean out the booth and get it ready for paint so I can paint this tonight. But yeah, it's looking good. The stripes turned out good. Took me a bit of time, but they're straight and they don't look bad. So now it's just going up, cleaning, fixing edges, making sure that all the edges are sanded and everything. So I'm just gonna get on that, and then hopefully Mike will spray this car tonight. Car's all prepped, went over her pinholes. There was 3 or 4 that I had missed previously. I'm just about to get Blair and Phil in here to double check masking pinholes.
12 seconds later.
This is such an amazing masking job. If you stretch your tape too much, it'll pull back on you. So if you look at the bottom of this V, nothing is pulled back. You have one little spot there. It's down in the groove. But you look at the front, she has her tape running right down with the paper, deep into the groove, and it's not pulling back. She's left the tail for us. Everything is tight. It's not overstretched. If you pull it too tight, the line will get thin because this is stretchy tape. So it's put on there just right. It's not just a nice pinstriping job. It's super.
Meanwhile,
lots of times when you've been working on a car for like a really long time, like this one, you start missing a lot of stuff because you've been looking at it for so long. So it's always great to get other people to look at it as well, just in case you miss something, overlook something, whatever. Would rather find stuff now than when you go to paint. So I'm gonna ask Blair to come and pick this car apart and just anything that he thinks needs to be fixed, altered, finds a pinhole, sand scratch, whatever. I'm pretty sure I got it all set, but there's always something that you miss. Pretty sure I got all the pinholes. However, in this primer that we use, for some reason, it gets these like white speckles like randomly throughout it, and I have no idea what causes it, but it drives me nuts because all those white specks, they look like pinholes, but they're not. So I filled a lot of non-pinhole pinholes that look like pinholes but aren't, because they're just whatever that white fleck is in the primer. I don't know if it's whatever coloring they use, maybe it's not like ground up enough or whatever, but anyways, it drives me nuts. And there's a couple black specks or whatever that I sanded and tried to putty over that aren't pinholes either. So you look at it for too long and you just don't know. So anyways, I'm gonna make sure that Blair goes over it, Mike goes over it, Phil goes over it, just in cases, and then we're all responsible if I miss some. But anyways, I've been working on this car for a while and you just become blind to it. So that's gonna be the last step. I'm pretty sure it's all good though. Stripes turned out good. Now we just gotta hope for the best. The only thing that has to happen to this car now is it needs to be wiped down. I'm gonna leave that to Mike and Blair. They can wipe it down right before paint. I wanna wipe it down as close to when you're painting it as possible. Especially in a booth like this, there's always dust and whatever collecting through this. So it's important that they wipe it down right before they go to paint, and that's how we keep our dust down. So I blew everything out, cleaned it up, done everything the best I could. I really hope that Mike and Blair have a successful night to paint this. And I hope I didn't miss anything, but all's good. Alright guys, Back here at Ross Bros, I'm just going to unmask the Chevelle. The Chevelle got painted last week, but there was a couple spots right in the middle of the white where we actually had some bleed through on the paper. We're using coated paper, but Blair hit it really hard with the blue, and so some of it did seep. So I think next time when I go mask up stripes like this, I'm probably gonna double paper these to make sure that doesn't happen again. I've actually never had it bleed through with coated paper, but I also probably don't hit it as heavy as Blair did, but he wanted to make sure that all of these lines were super crisp and all the paint was even. So we ended up, I scuffed the trunk just with a Scotch-Brite the day after it was painted, a gray Scotch-Brite. I scuffed the trunk and both quarters down to this rocker seam, and I also scuffed the hood. So the hood, the trunk, and the quarters got a second clear, and it also made it like really nice. Here are a couple more. The first time we painted this, there was very few dust nibs. This time around there's a handful in the white, but not a big deal because there's lots of clear on it and we can wet sand and polish it. Basically now I gotta go unmask this whole car. Because it's been painted and the paint's been sitting for a while, and because now lots of it has two coats, or well, two full paint jobs of clear on it, where a lot of the tape is stuck, it's not gonna peel nice, so we're gonna risk edge lifting. So you'll see me go along with a razor blade and I'll lightly score where the edge of my tape is, and so that when I go pull it off, I'm not gonna be pulling up any paint with it. So you'll see me using a razor blade a little bit, probably on this underneath side of the hood, maybe in the door jambs, we'll see how thick it is. And then the other thing is, all the time when you're pulling your tape, you wanna be pulling it at a 90-degree angle and like away from where it is. And that little fold that the tape makes will actually cut the clear as well. So I'm just gonna unmask it super carefully and go along with the razor blade in the spots where the clear is thick on the masking. I'll give you guys that time lapse. It's kind of really tedious. When you're using a razor blade, you gotta make sure that you are ever so careful and very conscious of where that blade is. And I always use the tip of it to cut and make sure that the back end of it isn't anywhere near your paint, so you're not accidentally gouging the paint on one side of your razor while cutting tape on the other. So very delicate, very conscious using those razor blades in your fresh paint. You're gonna take the headlight doors off to get the masking out from underneath of them. But this looks awesome, and yeah, so I'm gonna get on that.